What's up, guys? We're coming in early. My son's going crazy. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope you're having a great night. Welcome to the Clutch. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do this every Sunday night at 8:30 Pacific time. What's up, James? Who else is here? Herper's Hollow Road. What's up? John from JW International. Blackballed. Heather. Rar. Hi, all. I really hope you guys are having a great night. My son, I don't know what they gave him. I don't know what happened, but he is on something tonight. He's going crazy. It's absolutely awesome. What's up, Mason? Thanks for coming in. Guys, as you come in, hit that like button. Let's get people in here. If you have like a Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, you want to take the link and send it out. Let's bring people in here. Today we're talking about the Scaleless Gene, or the Scaleless Head Project, or the full Scaleless Project. Yeah, he's on another level this morning or this evening. I don't even know what time it is. I'm going crazy. He's a race car. Let's see. Calm down. What's up, Jay? So if you guys haven't watched it yet, I'm gonna do a couple of quick little shout out intro type things. Jay's Balls did I don't know what it'd be called. A response to my chicken nugget challenge. What's up, Munson Murder? He actually doesn't get candy. I don't let him get a lot of candy because he's already hyperactive. But that's all good. I ain't gonna worry about it. But Jay's Balls did a reaction, or not a reaction, but a rebuttal to my chicken nugget challenge. You're gonna have to go over to Jay's Balls channel and watch it. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. What's up? All-time reptiles. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. He does get juice, but he only gets like, he'll get a cup like this, and only about that much of it is juice. The rest of it's water. So I give him just enough for flavoring, so he'll drink it. But he's on another level today. Like he's been like this since he woke up this morning. It's not juice or candy or anything else. He's just super hyper today. I guess that extra hour of sleep from daylight savings time just zoom, got him. But so we're talking about the Scaleless Head project, and I've kind of been looking into it a lot. I've been thinking about whether it's beneficial to really look at producing these scaleless head animals or even a full scaleless animal, and if we're able as a community to really take care of these animals. What is up, Anthony? Granddaddy Herps. That's the man right there. That's a good mentor. If you guys get the chance to talk to him, he has a lot to teach everybody. Sorry, I think I missed something. Yeah, it's been a while. Busy. Plus started pair. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm riding that boat. Looking for work currently. Taking care of my pairings. Trying to give you guys the best possible YouTube experience you can get. So, very busy. I would like one scaleless eventually, but no intent to get into the Scaleless Head project. And see, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I feel. So I think they're amazing. Like I love the way the scaleless Texas rat snakes feel. I love the scaleless ball pythons that I've seen. I know a lot of people that work with the Scaleless Head gene. to the scaleless is on the micro scale. What's up, DEA? Dropping in. Long time no see. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't know how I necessarily feel. I think the colors, exactly like Jay's Balls just said, the colors definitely pop, and they're not gonna. I don't think they're ever gonna fade because you don't really get the same shedding. Like their skin is so paper thin when it gets to shed time that I don't think it really ghosts out as much. So it'd be interesting to see how it works. I do enjoy the Scaleless Head project. It's something that I want to get into. I'm actually talking with people with Scaleless Heads to kind of see where they started out with it and how they wanted to progress. And that's what I want to jump into. I want to jump into the Scaleless Head project. I do eventually want to jump in to full Scaleless. I don't know if I'd go like long term into full Scaleless, but I do believe Scaleless have skin problems. So there's, from the research that I've done, Andrew, a lot of people like, they play into the fact that it is a scaleless and they over moist them, so they tend to get like belly rot and things like that. I don't think that we necessarily are looking at it in the right way. So the way I would say is a ball python is a ball python, whether it has the scales or it doesn't. I think the husbandry, you have to stay on the husbandry with scaleless no matter what, because they don't have that layer of protection that a scaled ball python does. But I don't think there's any difference. I don't, as far as like diseases or sickness or things like that, as long as you're maintaining proper husbandry, I don't think there should be a problem with it. I might be wrong on that, but with the research I've done, the people I've talked to, they said they haven't had any shed issues. They haven't had any sickness issues that they'd see from anywhere else. So I think it's something to really get into. I think they shed a lot because they get scratches because of scales. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they necessarily shed more. I haven't heard that, but you could be right on that. I mean, like I said, I'm just jumping into it. I'm learning about it. So I have and love the project New Home Pets on IG. All right, Chris. So in your opinion, or with what you've seen, have you seen that, do they shed more? Have you noticed any difference in husbandry tactics that you have to do? Do you see, like, I know their skin's a lot thinner because there's no scales, but from what I've understood, as long as you're maintaining it the right way, they're still getting complete sheds. So I don't know. It's something to think about. And I'm sorry, guys. I have to drink a lot of water or some sort of liquids. You only have the scaleless head so far, hoping to make scaleless next year. My scaleless heads are no different though. All right, that's awesome. And see, that's kind of what I'm playing into, is the scaleless heads don't have any issues. I only know 2 people that have full scaleless lines, and I've gotten a little bit of response from them, but not a lot yet. So hopefully we'll get into that kind of response, or get those responses so we can jump into it again. Years ago, I was really into bearded dragons. I remember the silkies always looking rough and always looking flaky. And I know that is one species that, with scaleless or the silkies, however you wanted to call them, they had a huge issue. Like, I do know with that, Anthony, there was a huge issue. I'm sorry, guys. I got like really bad indigestion. They put me on new pills, and my gut's not handling it anywhere near as well as I'd like. But that's why I have to down so much liquids. It's not nearly as expensive to get into the scale. Yeah, it's definitely going down in market. But that's with any market that you get. No, man, those chicken nuggets passed same night. Got no issue with that. I got an iron stomach for food. Like, I got some challenges coming up actually that you guys are probably gonna puke while you watch me do them. That's how bad they are, but it'll be. Do you think there's a difference between the scaleless from the micro scaleless and the scaleless head? I do, Andrew. I think the way it separates and the amount of scalelessness is really different. I don't know if it's necessarily a different gene altogether, but maybe it's a partial mutation within the Scaleless project that we're just seeing, just like you say, like butter and lessers. You got a bunch of people that say they're different genes or they're the same gene, but they're just different, or maybe they're just different variants of the same gene, or like banana and coral glow, exactly. And that's what I think. I think maybe the micro and the actual scaleless head themselves. What's up, TJ? They're just variants of the same gene right now, but I definitely want to look into all sides of it before I jump into this gene. Nerd did a good video comparing the two. All right, James, I'll definitely have to check that out. I didn't even see that. So that's my bad. Maybe I didn't get enough research on this topic before we did it, but I'm super excited about this gene, and it's something that I've been thinking about, and I've seen a lot more of scaleless, like full scaleless, come out, and you have a lot more people that are doing that scaleless head gene as well. So I think it's an interesting topic, and it's something that was highly debated when it first came out years ago, and now it's kind of growing momentum again. So it's something that I really want to think about before I jump in. I think of a scaleless as a super scaleless head. Yeah, basically. That's what it is. I mean, your scaleless ball python is just from the codom of a scaleless head, but is it me, or when an extreme gene comes out, they come out in two different lines: scaleless, microscale, banana, coral glow, phantom, mystic, lesser butter. Thank you. So see, this is Anthony's hitting the nail on the head right there. This is something that a lot of people don't want to say. Like people create their own lines almost. Like they bring in the initial gene, right? And they line breed. So I like this really light butter, right? And then we'll say Andrew from DEA likes the way the regular lesser looks, right? So we both line breed and we get the best traits out of what this gene is. And then Andrew says, well, this is my lesser. This is a lesser, it's a different gene than the butter, but it's the same markings. It produces the same allelic combo. The only difference is one's a lighter variation of the other. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied too now. But not saying that Andrew did that or I did that, but you guys know what I mean. Like it's two people that line bred for a very specific thing within a gene, and within that line breeding, they were able to find a small difference between what the two lines look like, and then they market it as something else. Exactly. Oh, excuse me. And oh, what was I gonna say? You're jumping in all over the place right now. Another big thing. So you guys seem to really enjoy the fact that I got my wife in on this. Um, she is gonna start becoming a more regular. What is up, Ray Ray? I have not seen you in forever, brother. You just threw me off. But my wife is gonna become a larger part of this channel. I finally got her convinced to be a part of this channel. Sunday night lives are a little hard for her though, because she does have school. So we're trying to work out a schedule so she could be part of Sunday nights with us. But all my edited videos, she will hopefully, besides these next 2 challenges, be a part of, because she wanted nothing to do with these 2 challenges when she heard what her crazy husband was getting in on. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I think I missed something. I roll my eyes all the time. Desert Ghost, and now there's Enhancer that's supposedly so much brighter. So the Enhancer gene and the Desert Ghost gene, I think they're the same. And that's playing into what we're talking about, though. As much as, or as crazy as it is everyone's like, should I do this? Should I do that? Well, should you have a Scaleless? I think everyone could have a Scaleless. It's just a ball python, right? If you want to produce a Scaleless, produce a Scaleless. Do your thing. The thing with it, though, is everyone freaks out because they don't see the scales. Maybe you do have to up the humidity a little bit during shed time. Maybe you have to do things out of the norm to take care of it. I haven't seen it, though. The thing that I have seen is that everything that we market and everything that we put out in the community has similarities in some way, shape, or form with another gene. A lot of people jump into it and they're the first to really pull out a high expression or a low expression. I'm gonna wait until they're not $1,200 for a scale. Well, they're only $1,000 right now if you want to jump into it. I mean, I'm just kidding. Pick your own way to go. Absolutely. Sergio, what is up, my brother? But so jumping with these genes, so like Banana and Coral Glow, or Desert Ghost Enhancer gene, or like I said, the Butter Lesser, or there's a lot of high expression, low expression, and almost the exact same gene produces the same type of stuff. And different people produce different lines of it. It's doesn't mean that it's better, doesn't mean that it's worse. It just means that, hey, someone took the time to line breed this animal. And what really gets the value brought up is how long it took them. And that's something else. That's a video I'll be doing later on, is how do we really value our ball pythons? Like, what makes a classic or a normal? You finally calmed down. Oh, I don't want that. Thank you, though. What makes a classic or a normal $50? What makes this recessive or dual recessive multiple thousands of dollars? And it's, in all honesty, it's really the time. But we'll be putting out a video on my thoughts on that later. Another big thing for this channel, because I know I've been jumping all over the place with you guys lately, and my mind's become a ridiculous cluster of whatever's in there right now. And, heads paired together will produce the full scaleless animal. Yes, absolutely, Mason. 2 scaleless, so it's a co-dominant trait. If you put a scaleless head and a scaleless head together, they produce a full scaleless animal. Genes are so variable. You can breed a pastel to a normal and get... Exactly. What is up, Josh? Thanks for dropping in, my brother. All of them. Dude, that's awesome. Glad to hear that, man. I know you've been stressing out. Josh, I'm gonna kick your butt after this. You just made me lose my train of thought. Oh, they all vary so much. Like, you're never gonna find an animal that looks exactly the same, even though you do, like, you can line breed for the same traits, like I was saying, brightness or darkness or anything like that. And it was kind of what I was leading with on my Instagram. Not that I'm asking you guys to go watch me on that either, but I put this picture up, and all my clowns and all my het clowns have this ring on their head. And me and me and Sergio went on and on about this for a little while, and I found it funny that all of mine had it. I don't know if it's just something that catches my eye or what it is, uh, but I just was not, or all of mine seem to have this certain trait. So I don't know if it's gonna cause them to continue to have that with the babies or what's gonna happen, but it's something I'm very interested in. Besides just the genes themselves, I think I'm more interested in the genetics and playing out the line breeding and like, I guess it sounds bad because I'm gonna have 3 kids and my family's all blue-eyed and either red or blonde. So, well, blondish or mouse brown, I guess, like blondish brown, whatever you want to call it. Highlights are red. It's weird, but I guess more of what I want to do is the line breeding as well as just the genetics. Like, yeah, I want to make a dreamsicle one day, but I want to make that dreamsicle that is the brightest of the oranges and the whitest of the whites. I don't want to just make the goal that everyone else is producing. I want to produce something that's on a different level. And anyone that's jumping in right now, do me a favor, send this out, hit that like button if you're enjoying what we're talking about, scaleless projects, or just genes in general and the different variations in those genes, because good old Anthony brought up the question, which is great. I love it. What's up, Shelly? How are you? Who else is jumping in here? Redstrom, what is up, brother? I haven't heard from you in forever. So glad to see you. I don't know if I missed anyone else. Blackballed, it was, if I was to get into it, I would get a high impression. Scaleless head, you do get what you pay for. Absolutely. Like there's no joke in that. We've said that. So we're still kind of going on what the variations of the genes are. Andrew. That's wonderful, Shelly. That's absolutely wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're starting to feel a little bit better. You're getting stronger. I know it's rather rough sometimes. So, high expression, low expression animals, and we sit here and we really jump into these genes, and we're like, well, if I can just get the gene, I can breed for years and years and years, and I'll get what I want out of it eventually, right? And I think there's some validity to that, but you're spending years and years and years and years of line breeding, which I have no issue with. I absolutely want to do that because I want to try to pull out different traits that I see in genes. What are your thoughts on the acid gene? I've seen the acid gene a handful of times. I've never seen it in person. So I can't really give you a full assessment on it. I want to say, what's the complex that the acid's in? I know there's like 2 or 3 in that complex that they found so far. I can't remember what they are though. But the acid is the one in that complex that I want to say it busies the pattern, right? It's almost, yeah. Acid, static, and confusion. See, that's why we keep you around, Sergio. You are too good to us. I'm just kidding. So I honestly can't give you a good opinion on it right now. I haven't looked into it enough, and that's a little bit of my fault. So there's lots of amazing genes out there, guys. Don't get me wrong. One of the things I'm trying to do is I'm really trying to buckle down and focus on the genes that I want to work with and find what I believe is the best quality of those genes. So while while there's genes that just absolutely blow my mind away that I'm not working with right now, and I do eventually want to get in. I know that with almost 40 ball pythons right now in a year, I blew up a lot faster than I was expecting to. Uh, but going back to that, I don't have a good enough reference to really give you my thoughts on acid right now. Before next week, here's my promise to you. Before next week, I will take a look at acid and see what I really think about it. I thought they made different looking animals when paired to Mojave. Are we still talking about acids or what are we talking about? I personally like the acid because of the way it interacts with the lesser. Okay, I'll definitely look into this acid gene so that I can give you. Thanks, Shelly. I appreciate. You know what, Shelly? Hold on. Boom. There you go, Shelly. You are now a moderator, so if I mess up, everyone can see that I messed up, and you can call me out. I love the puzzle gene. If you want to talk about the puzzle gene, I think you can talk to one of the guys in this chat, actually. He has a bunch of Het Desert Ghost and puzzle stuff. And I think he has a couple of visuals too. Right, Anthony? What's up, Stevie? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for getting a hold of me the other night. I appreciate it. I love having my conversations with you. Oh, dude, that puzzle gene's ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at all my animals now to see if their eye lines are a little crazy. And it's just positive thinking. I'll get into the puzzle gene one day, but today's not that day. But going back on it. So if you guys have, I've got a trick up my sleeve for this season on puzzle stuff. I can't wait to see that. Mystic Potion and Purple Passion are the same. Gotta admit that I don't really know much about the puzzle. So it's a newer gene, but it creates a very crazy pattern is what the puzzle does. And I think it kind of brightens the snake as well, too, if I remember correctly. You'll have to ask Granddaddy Herps on that though. He's the puzzle expert in the room. Got some bongo stuff coming this year. So we've been hanging out for 30 minutes. Good Lord. Thank you guys. You guys make my Sundays freaking amazing. I love it. What if you guys have questions about certain genes you want to throw at me? By no means am I an expert. I will tell you that. But if it's something I know about and I've really dove into, I can talk about that. We have a huge wealth of knowledge in this room. And what's up, family Jules? How's that new baby doing? But if there's another one, I know I saw Purple Passions and Mystic Potions. They are pretty much the same thing. Some people do consider them the same thing. But if you guys want to talk sleeping finally, right? That's the best time when they finally start sleeping and you can get like 2-3 hours of sleep yourself. What do you think of the Gold Blush Mojave? Are you talking about the Yellow Gene Mojave from Tim Bailey? Or there's a lot of stuff that I don't have the full knowledge on because I've been focusing on certain traits, and I'm not gonna lie about it. Or 5 minutes to say hello to your friends. I know exactly how that feels, man. I'm 100% not ready for this next one. Brian Gundy made the Gold Blush. Okay, you're right. I remember seeing that video. trying to think on what it looked like. Lord, I can't. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it looked like, but I want to say it's the Mojave that has kind of a almost a yellowish hue to the bottom of it, right? What's up, Reagan? I think Sunset's overrated. The original Sunset is the best. Ball ship podcast is amazing, John. If anyone else wants to listen to it, I highly recommend it. I had the joy in Arlington of actually speaking with him for about 8 hours outside of the hotel. Like we just didn't sleep that night. We were talking all freaking night. Yeah, so it's like it's almost a yellowish on the bottom, and then it's a higher accent from the belly, right? But I'll have to go back on it. Like, Shelly, keep your notes, okay? Like, keep your notes. If I can't hit their questions, make sure you call me out on this next Sunday. I almost said Saturday. Bullshit Radio though, it's an amazing show. I really enjoyed spending all the time I did with him. And he's crazy, dude. He has a crazy life story. Like I actually asked to see if I could get on there eventually, and Snakes and the Fat Man is awesome too. Yeah. Snakes and the Fat Man will, if you've never listened to a guy with a really strong New York accent, Snakes and the Fat Man will get you rolling bad. He sounds like one of those old mafioso bosses. But I do, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to jump on this gold blush. Blush stuff. I cannot speak right now. I'm sorry, guys. I can talk on the Sunset Gene. I've been looking at them a lot. Definitely not in my price range, not anywhere near my price range. Hets aren't even in my price range yet for right now. And my son's running around without pants on. That's awesome. Josiah, where are your underwear? Go get your underwear, son. Go get your underwear, please. Oh my God, you guys. That's funny. Hey, he's a little kid. He's 3 years old. If he wants to shake it around and do his thing, let him do it. I'm gonna run over here and try to jump in my lap or something, and then you guys are gonna see a bare butt, and then YouTube's gonna give me a strike, and it's just, it's not a good situation. Thanks, Shelly. Oh man. So Sunset Gene, I definitely way out of my price range, but if I am ever able to get my hands on Sunsets, well, it'll probably be Hets. It'll be a long, long, long time before I can get my hands on a visual. But if I do ever get my hands on a visual, I would love to. I definitely have my own ideas that I'd love to work with. I do that all the time, and my mom thinks I'm crazy. Nice, Reagan. I live alone specifically so I can. Justin, you're crazy. I'm narrowing it down for what I want to do. Exactly, it's really hard. It is really hard to drop down into just a couple of specific genes. About that Batman ball python. The Batmans are, so I'm not gonna lie, I think they're amazing. I really like pretty much anything that has to do with clown or pied. Like those are the two recessives that you could throw anything with it, and I'm flabbergasted. Even with the basic gene, I I like the naming on it. I love the leopard in it. I'm not a huge spot nose fan though. Like I think they're beautiful animals. I'm just not crazy about the spot nose gene and what it does. I know it is kind of a gene that people have been using a lot lately, but I am I appreciate a good clown. Anything with a clown mix, but the Batmans are cool. I just wish there was a way to create something that looked really close to it without using spot nose, because I don't like the individual spot nose. No, sir. You do not do that to the puppy. You can play with the puppy, but you do not hit. Oh, Lord. I apologize, guys. You want to watch your TV? Here. There you go. Black pastel. I'm not a huge fan, man. Like I appreciate it. I appreciate what it does. I'm not a huge fan on the basic spot nose. Huffman is what I'm working. Yeah, I remember when you jumped in on all those Huffmans, Mason. See, I really like the Huffman over the black pastel. I think the Huffman's gonna be the way to get those really nice panda pieds, at least in my opinion. Blackheads are awesome, especially in ghost and albino combos. Blackheads, I do like. There's, I don't know. There's just something about a really dark dorsal strap and a brighter belly for me, and I think that's why I fell in love with the Mojave gene so quick. Was there's such a huge contrast in it. It's kind of why I would like to jump into Cypress eventually, is because of the way it seems to really be able to pull contrast into stuff. Looks like my bumblebee may be a female, not a male. Ooh. Well, that's always a good surprise, unless you have spider males and that's what you were planning to breed with. But if you thought it was a male, you wouldn't be planning that. So, surprise? I really like the champagne and they're not too pop. And see, I kind of like champagne. I do. It's kind of my thought process with champagne and spider. I'm so nervous to have it in my collection, or have a lot of it in my collection, because I get so excited about pairings and just the possibility of accidentally pairing one to the other, which you sit down and you really think these out. It's not going to happen, but it could. And I'm one of those guys, I don't want to take that risk. The tri-stripe. Tri-stripe, I think, is really, really an underrated gene. I really think genetic stripes and tri-stripes and just stripes of all kinds on ball pythons is about to make a comeback. A lot of people seem to be really diving back into genetic stripes. I would be able to breed all up to the butter inchy male now. Champagnes have problems. You mean, do champagnes have problems, or are you stating that champagnes have problems, Stevie? I don't think I've ever heard of a champagne having a problem, except when you breed them together, it is a lethal combo. Enchi and champagne go together like booty cheeks. Oh, Lord. So let's do this. Breeding other. They don't have issues except when you mix champagne with champagne Stevie. It does create a lethal combo, so all the babies will just pass away. Okay, so Anthony said champagnes can have wobbles. I've never seen one with a wobble or heard it, but if you're, I'm not I'm not saying that it's not possible. I haven't looked far enough into champagne. I think there's some pretty stuff with it, but there's just stuff I won't touch. Orange Dream stuff is pretty rigging, like with Clown or Pride. Orange Dream is one of those things I feel like you have to have in your collection. Like it's just one of the enhancer genes that has to be in your collection. I know I have a male that's breeding right now with my Super Pastel Pinstripe or Super Lemon Blast, whatever you want to call it. And that's my only pairing for this year. And then I have a little female that I'm growing up that once she's of size, she'll start putting out Orange Dream het clowns for me because I really like how those two genes enhance each other. But Orange Dream is definitely something that you have to have in. I think the Orange Dream, the Enchi, and if you can get your hands on Desert Ghost are 3 enhancer genes. Desert Ghost, enhancer gene, whatever you want to call it, are 3 things that you have to have in your collection if you can get to that enhancer Desert Ghost price. But that's just the way it is. I get my Orange Dream this Thursday. Heck yeah, congratulations, buddy. Our cinnamon champagne had a wobble when it was a juvenile, but doesn't have it anymore. Okay, so maybe it is like spiders. I know my banana bumblebee, my male banana can't speak. I'm sorry, guys. My male banana bumblebee had a lot of issues with wobble when it was a baby and under 100 grams. After I got him over 300 grams, he hasn't really had an issue since. So it might just be a juvenile thing. I think part of it is that I do bring him out. I make him explore. I work with him a lot. So maybe that's helping the neurological issues you could have. Desert Ghost is the top. A lot of snakes this Thursday. Yeah, Justin's been freaking killing it in all the auctions. He's about to have like boxes upon boxes. He's gonna have the biggest unboxing video you've ever seen if he does a video for it. Maybe, possibly. Never feed a snake waffles all time. I think I'm missing all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to keep up with you, but if I'm not catching up and it's something that you think I should see, make sure you just throw it in there again. We are at 44 minutes. That's kind of crazy. So I will have, that's crazy. She just forgets I can read. Blackballed went ham. Yeah, Blackballed went ham. He got some really great buys at the auction. Trying to get Ed to come do the video for me. are the genes that supposedly have problems when breeding to each other because of the neurological. All right, so spider, champagne, woma, and hidden gene woma are neurological. Have a good night, Herpers Hollow. I hope your daughter feels better. I just saw that. Oh man, I really hope your daughter feels better. What's up, Aquaballs? I don't know if I missed you coming in. So a lot of great stuff. There's definitely a lot of genes out there. I think there's definitely some enhancer genes that you just have to have that will eventually be something that I want to put into. Oh my! No, come here. Give me that. You don't spray the dog. You are a bad kid. Josiah Dean. Go get your mama. Go get mama. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Definitely a lot of knowledge in here, though. You guys are freaking killing it, like Granddaddy Herb said, on the genetics right now. Like, and that's the great thing about having a community like this is we're able to reach out, and where I might know a lot more about one gene that you guys don't know about. A lot of you guys just have this knowledge on genetics that I don't have. And well, not that I don't have the knowledge on genetics, but just certain genes that I don't have knowledge on because it's just not what I'm fully interested in right now. Good night, Heather. Have a great night. But we've been on here 46 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up, guys. Remember, go check out Jay's Balls video. He eats a lot of nuggets. He tries to outdo my nugget eating. Does he do it? You're going to have to watch and see. We will start posting again. Get ready for the challenges. Get ready for the ball python videos. Sunday night will always be a thing. So anytime that you want to come hang out, enjoy this week, and just to hang out with us, we appreciate it. We love having you guys over. It is, oh Lord, I gotta go help my wife, guys. So I'm gonna say good night. You guys stay blessed. Thank you very much. And we're gonna see you soon-ish. We'll see you soon.